So now we're going to move on to tire balancing. So this is a basic balancing setup with a rod that goes through the tire with two tapered stoppers on either side. So we can place it on these rollers on the tire balancing tool, but first we want to make sure that it's level before we start. So there's just a little bubble level in here. You want to get that bubble in the center. There's adjustable feet on the bottom in case you need to do some serious adjusting. So now we'll take the tire and make sure that the stoppers are snugged up, place it onto the rollers up here, and the tapered stoppers are secured by a set screw in there that you can tighten down on either side. So now we're going to give it a nice spin, and we check it out to see if it spins backwards, and then if it does, we can assume that the heavy point is at the bottom. So I'm just going to do it again to see if maybe that was a fluke. And it seems to keep going to this one spot. So I'll bring that bottom portion up a little bit, and then when it rolls back, that means it's likely a heavy spot at the bottom there. So physics tells us the heavy point is going to want to come down. So I just did it again to verify, and it keeps rotating to the bottom. So now that we've established we have a heavy point here at the bottom, we're going to need to counteract that weight. So if we left it with a heavy spot, it could create a lot of vibration on the ground, which can be extremely dangerous. So we are going to counteract that with what are called wheel weights. So these are usually made of lead. You always want to add them to the opposite side of your heavy point to even it out. This version of wheel weights are measured in 1/4 ounce. So you always want to start small, right up inside the wheel half. And once you get it secured on there, which here it's not sticking very well, it may be the age of the tire, the age of the adhesive on the wheel weights, but you start small and then you would rotate the tire through and see if it helped, see if you no longer have that heavy point. If you needed more, you could add it, but point is you want it to continue rotating in one direction. You don't want it to reverse direction and that heavy point to come back down like it is here. So that's how you balance a tire on the bench. This balancing method could be on your O's and P's or orals and practicals when you go to test with the FAA, so it certainly is something you need to know. But unless you're working in general aviation or a GA shop or working on your own plane, it's not really something you'll do in the field. Nowadays, the tires usually come fully balanced, especially with larger wheel assemblies. So now you know how to balance a tire on the bench.